great, great interiors. I don't find it very pretty from the outside. This one, I love this, and maybe I should, it's kind of twisted, and there are probably very unusual spaces. This is on Pine Street, and it's number one, I think it's 1 New York Gary. And it's apartments, and the reverse side is straighter. This side gives out, as interior designers, you should notice some of these are going to be very strange shapes with irregular walls, which are a challenge, but the space itself is very distinctive. It's right now the tallest apartment house in New York. As of next year, well, there's one West 57th Street is going to be taller, and there's a fight to be taller. One of the things you can do with computer engineered buildings is it's not just the materials, it's that you can calculate the stresses on the computer so that they'll know what they have to do to make it 4 stories tall. Before that, you know, you couldn't know, it was trial and error, and you couldn't take the risk of having the building collapse. I didn't want to come back to. This was the most famous building at the Beijing Olympics. Herzog and Nomura, and again, not looking, these are the people who did the Tate Modern. This was called the Bird's Nest, because that's what it looks like. And what you saw, the inside spaces to walk around were like that. Hordes of people going in. Within, it was a stadium, you know, a rather conventional stadium. And you can see it here. Zaha Hadid, who we started out looking at as a deconstructivist, has shifted to a biomorphic form designer. And one of her most famous, brilliant building, the BMW Central Building, is a factory and a museum and offices. And one of the, I think the brilliant thing is there is a production line, now what do you call it, a rotating, a moving sidewalk. Oh, it's not a sidewalk. This is finished cars going from the assembly line through to the showroom floor, passing the factory. So you work for BMW and you look up and you see the latest cars coming off the production line.
That's cool.
And I mean, these are for the employees. And the rest of it, biomorphic shapes and this pathway going in, and lots of light. What she did for the Aquatic Center for the 2012 Olympics was took the idea of a wave form, in effect making this is a sign that says this is where the swimming is going to be. And inside, wavy forms to itself. I mean, this is an, you know, it varied very slightly. These are computer drawings. Jean Nouvel has done one of the apartment houses, and one of the things I didn't tell you is by the High Line. If you haven't been down lately, every time I go down there, it seems as if a new building is going up on either side of it. Each one more expensive than the next. Some of them architecturally brilliant, some of them not so interesting. Zaha Hadid is going to do a building there. This is a great one by Jean Nouvel, which he took instead of just a glass box. He has had irregular openings to the windows. Now inside, I imagine you've got, you know, plain square windows. They're opening at slightly different angles, but they're making a much more interesting exterior. This is his kind of jagged, I'm not sure what this is going to look like yet. So he's varying his look. Not all his buildings look the same. I mean, it's not that this is finished, I haven't been there. As part of the move to my building is taller than your building, the Burj Khalifa, which was going to be the Burj Dubai until Dubai ran out of money, so Khalifa founded it. This is the tallest in the world at that point. Now there are a couple that are vying to be taller. I think the tallest one now is China, and tallest, if I didn't tell you before, tallest varies by the tallest actually in square footage, or the tallest before the aerial, or the tallest in terms of number of floors, or by usable floor space. In other words, it could be 2,342 feet, or 84 floors, or what is it, the One World Trade Center is 1,776 feet, but it's not 1,776 floors. So anyway, that's why they're varying definitions. SOM, who I keep forgetting to mention, Skidmore, Owings, Merrill is probably the most famous architectural firm. They're known for being they're not known for being the most innovative firm in the world, but they go in new directions consistently, and they're pretty solid, and everybody should have heard of Skidmore. Again, I told you I'd show you Brock Ingels. This is a development of a number of apartment houses in Copenhagen. Now, on this side, this view, he has going up in the stairwell, not the stairwell, the elevator. At each level, there's a little bit of a little bit of an outdoor space. You can go out. Here, he's just surfaced it with turf. I mean, I don't think you could walk up here. Here he has balconies. On this side, he has jagged balconies so that everybody gets a little sun. If you had them directly under each other, they would be shadowing each other. So he staggered them so everybody has sunlight, and inside the apartments, everybody has light. There are a lot of apartments because Copenhagen is limited in overall space, even though this was built in an area which wasn't widely developed for residents. But